Welcome to Cross Transformation. It's Mariam here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to rebuild trust after trauma, whether childhood traumas or narcissistic abuse. You see, when we've endured trauma, our trust in how things are supposed to be is drastically altered. That is why, in order to trust again, we must identify those unconscious narratives that support the lack of trust due to those earlier traumas. You see, our ego has been creating those unconscious narratives and has attached the feeling of awe to them. The feeling of awe, surprise and fear combined. Now, this feeling is quite strong and powerful, and that is why we may find it difficult to undo those narratives. Those unconscious narratives having the feeling of awe attached to them would create that broken trust. Now, those unconscious narratives are the result of our observation. Our observation of that primary caregiver back in that childhood, the interactions that we had, whether they were consistent or inconsistent, right? So, in order to come out of these unconscious narrative, we need to identify the feeling. When it comes to having our trust broken, the feeling is the feeling of awe, the emotions of surprise and fear combined. Now, with each narrative, we want to find out which emotion sounds louder, surprise or fear. Now, let's talk about the two unconscious narratives. Number one, my trust will be broken unexpectedly. See, the element of surprise is quite loud here. We are so concerned about having our trust broken because of that surprise, the feeling of awe, the emotion of surprise. Through that broken trust, we are trying to perceive the future reality. And as long as we have got the feeling of awe attached to this narrative that my trust will be broken unexpectedly, we are not going to undo this narrative. We didn't expect that primary caregiver to treat us badly. That is why we are struggling with that element of things can go wrong unexpectedly. Surprise, surprise, surprise. So if you want to undo this narrative, just drop the volume of surprise. Number two, to trust is to experience abuse, neglect, manipulation, and secrecy. With this unconscious narrative comes the element of fear. So fear is louder in this narrative, and that is the work that we need to do to drop the volume of that fear. Again, surprise and fear combined, the feeling of awe. So we need to come out of this feeling in order to come out of those narratives, those unconscious narratives that support our inability to trust. That fear keeps taking us to those realities that are aligned with narcissistic abuse, with being betrayed, with being abandoned or neglected by our partner. So that is why, in order to do the healing work, we want to play with these emotions, to drop their volume, to allow ourselves to arrive at peace, right? Because sometimes These emotions are very, very loud in the unconscious, and that is why we may find it challenging to undo those unconscious narratives, beliefs, and we may say, you know what, I don't think healing is for me. But that's not true. Healing is for all of us, and we all can heal, but we need to understand how with each narrative would come a feeling, and when it comes to having our trust broken, we need to look into the feeling of awe and the emotions of surprise and fear in order to find our way out of those realities that are aligned with that broken trust. I see, we want to establish, we want to rebuild our trust. We really want to do the work because we deserve to experience realities that are aligned with our ability to trust. That is what we really desire, realities that are aligned with who we are and our ability to trust ourselves, to trust what's coming next, to trust God, to trust the process of life. So keep doing the healing work, undo these two narratives. If you're struggling with trust issues, keep going forward on the journey of healing. Don't doubt yourself. Have faith. Trust yourself. You can do it. I've been doing it. Surely you can do it. Hopefully you'll find this video helpful. I'm sending you love. Thank you for your kindness and support. May you be blessed. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless you.